Okay, we should have game sound here. Let's check. Yep, we do. So it is Rw9 against Ashllxyy. Rw9 is a 13-year-old, or is it 14? I think it's I think he's 13, and he's from KSA, Saudi Arabia, and he's really been popping off recently in the one scene. And Ashllxyy, player we've been casting a lot of recently, the beast with. Well, he's just really putting everybody to shame, being competitive with only one hand. At some point, somebody's got to try and go against him with play with one hand, and I bet it'll be like 20-0, 30-0. If you can even hit the ball on a kickoff, you'll be doing pretty well. So, good start for Ashllxyy, or rather for Rw9, sorry. It's actually overextended. That's a very quick counter. Look at that. Straight down the middle, Rw9 again. Just dancing with danger there. Put himself very close to the position you can get demoed in, but refusing to be demoed. And he gets a goal out of it. Now, he saw that was going wide, so doesn't need to play for the save. You can already see that the mechanical ability for Rw9 is just ridiculous. These attacks are coming in so quickly. Ashllxyy, no time to prepare himself. Already up by 3. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a mechanical game, or a little set of mechanical games, I imagine. Great challenge there by Rw9. Ashllxyy did not see that one coming. And although Ashllxyy was definitely closer to the ball in that position, Rw9 was just predicting that he wouldn't go for it. So, good read there. Ashllxyy going to have to really dig deep if he's going to come back against such a mechanical beast as this. Yeah, as a few of you in chat were telling me, Rw9, he did win a big 1v1 tournament in the Middle East recently. He beat AMS in the final. I don't know who he played against in the semi-final of that tournament. Maybe somebody can, maybe someone in chat will be able to tell me. But AMS, I think, beat, or no, did, who knocked Ahmad out of that tournament? I know Khaled wasn't playing it. Played his brother in the semi-final. Oh, no way. So yeah, that's another thing about Rw9. Apparently he's got a brother who's also incredibly high rated. What's his brother called? It's Killer ZZ is his brother. No way. So they might be the highest rated brothers. I don't know if there's 2 brothers who are higher rated than these guys. Very nice shot. Ashllxyy gets his first goal of the game. Rw9 he's actually done that a couple times. He's given him lots and lots of space. That's not the first time this game that he's given him pretty much the entire pitch to dribble with, so interesting to spot that. Oh, big mind game by Ashllxyy. Very quick goals here. You can see already both of these guys are just not slowing down for a heartbeat. As soon as they get a chance to attack, they're doing it as quickly as possible, and I mean, why not? when you can transition like these guys can. Yeah, just make a beeline for the goal, see what happens. His brother is one of the best mechanical ones players you've ever seen, not gonna lie. Yeah, we need the brothers show match, I guess. The Rw9 versus Killers. Is it Killers? Is that how you pronounce it, I guess? If it's just got a bunch of doubled letters there. Yeah, Middle East, I mean, there's so many insanely good ones players in the Middle Eastern region, but especially Saudi Arabia. For a country of Saudi Arabia's size, and I mean population when I say size, because obviously geographically Saudi Arabia is huge in terms of area, land, but the population I think is something like 40 million, which is no bigger than many European countries. I think it's about the same as Canada, isn't it? You just look at how many absolutely top tier 1v1 players there are in the region, it's mind-blowing. Just another thing that's very impressive is Ashllxyy taking the lead in this game. That's 5 goals in a row. And Rw9 come back into this one. Shoots wide. Not a good bounce for him either. Ashllxyy's just going to go straight down the middle with this. And Rw9, oh, he just saves it. And Ashllxyy's going to put it in the top corner anyway. That was pretty close to being a stunning own goal. Anya, thanks for the 15-month prime. Welcome back to the channel, mate. Really appreciate that. Where did I get this replay? I got this replay from ballchasing.com. You can go on ballchasing.com and search for any player, and replays will pop up for that player most likely. And then you can download them. It's free to use. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just think it's a super cool site, and I'd recommend using it to get a look at all your favorite pro replays, because there's definitely a huge amount on the database over there. A little bit of the spawn save there from Rw9, but he's still under huge amounts of pressure. Ashllxyy really turned this one around. Down by 4 early on, and it didn't look like Rw9 was going to give him any easy goals, but the one thing Rw9 did end up doing a bit too much is maybe giving Ashllxyy too much space, because we've seen what Ashllxyy's capable of when you give him space. He's one of those players who can just put shots on target that you are not going to save, doesn't matter who you are, or at least you're going to have a very difficult time saving them. So you definitely want to think twice before giving him this much space. Rw9 obviously trusts his shadowing in defense, he trusts his reactive defense, and wanted to give it a go against Ashllxyy, especially with a 4-goal lead that he did have. Lead crumbled pretty quickly though. Ashllxyy decided to run this one into the corner just to avoid the challenge, playing for that boost steal instead of the shot on target. Rw9 unable to pick up a mid boost. He's struggling for boost at the moment. Beautiful in and out save, but can he get back and get in the way of Ashllxyy? Yes, he can with the demo. So late in this first game, Rw9 gets the possession, decides to shoot early, and Ashllxyy was definitely close enough to his net to easily save that one. Not sure about the shot selection there for Rw9. With the amount of time that he had left and how difficult it's been to dispossess Ashllxyy in the past minute or so, I think he probably wanted to go for a bit of a higher quality shot than that one. Here we go though, he's got an open net, huge challenge, and that is safe. Rw9 ties it with 11 seconds left, and the mechanical masterclass that these two players are putting on has gone into a tight game. Really fun players to watch, just incredibly quick. Can Ashllxyy make something magical happen here? Flip reset shot goes a little bit. Oh, he just recovered in time. Thank goodness for him that he did, because Rw9 would have been away in the counter if he gave him a bit more time. No way is Ashllxyy going to win this with a kickoff goal. He is. He takes his time with it. And what a sad way for Rw9 to lose. You can understand the frustration there. He's back to the main menu to search for another game already. Can't be too happy with how that one ended. Really swingy game there. We saw just a mind-blowing start in terms of pace from Rw9. 4-0, and then 6 goals in a row for Ashllxyy. Rw9 pulls himself together, comes back, but Ashllxyy gets a kickoff goal to win it. So really impressive stuff. We've got 2 more games to cast from these guys, so let's go ahead and get into the second one. I'm going to check actually, were these games back-to-back? I think, okay, no, these were not back-to-back games. We're now going to fast forward a couple of weeks. So we started off there with the 3rd most recent match between these guys. Now I'm going to show you guys the 2nd most recent match between these guys, and then I'll show you which has a few weeks in between it. So there's a few weeks here. Let's see how the players developed in that time. Then the last game I'm going to show you happens immediately after, or it did happen immediately after this game did, when they were originally played. So here we go. Second game between Rw9 and Ashllxyy. Rw9 switch into the Fennec here. Earth to Free, thanks to the 12-month tier 1. And Kiz, thanks to the 24-month tier 1. Since I haven't been in 2 years, great to see how much you've improved. Everything is higher quality and it's amazing to see, but I'm a little disappointed you haven't put long and hard hours into sword fighting with your nose. Thank you for the laps. Cheers to the advice, mate. Welcome back, Kiz. Good to have you. Rw9 got so tilted when he was playing his brother, he had to keep going for air dribble bumps. Well, maybe he just figured out it was a good strategy against him. Alrighty. Looking similar to the last time they played. Oh my, what a save! That's one of the best saves I've seen on an air dribble bump. Rw9 had to go so high there to dodge the bump that Ashllxyy pretty much did perfectly. Ashllxyy definitely expected that to be a goal. But the lean forward and the dodge combined, a little bit of boosting back down as well. Managed to put Rw9 on the right side of the ball. Ashllxyy just secures the back corner boost. That's going to give him a ton of space to work with again. So Rw9 not going to be bumped this time. Ashllxyy just goes for the direct air dribble to the top corner. Great mix-up for Ashllxyy. Air dribble bump on the first try, and then an air dribble with a lot of lateral movement on the ball on the second go. You can see clearly that Rw9 is giving Ashllxyy a lot of space again, and if Ashllxyy can just secure a corner boost steal, a back corner boost steal, or even just secure a mid boost, it seems that Rw9 is very much the kind of player who prefers to just run away, get boost before challenging again. And I think that more ball pressure would probably be a good thing to focus on against Ashllxyy in particular. I think what Rw9 is doing can work against some players, but it's really risky to do this against Ashllxyy. You don't want to give him enough space. You don't want to give him this much space consistently to get his offense rolling, because this is where he shines. Rw9 does control that attack pretty well, and Ashllxyy's going to give him a lot of space to work with. Rw9 has been shooting from distance quite a lot, so for Ashllxyy to do this isn't actually as detrimental to him as it is for Rw9. But for Rw9, and beautiful flick finds the top corner. Ashllxyy tried to stay with it with a wave dash recovery and almost got there, to be fair to him. But yeah, overall, I think that the way that these games have been played, the way that these players have been posturing up against each other has favoured Ashllxyy, and it will continue to favour Ashllxyy. Rw9 needs to prioritise ball pressure in the midfield more, but as you can see, he prefers to fake challenges and then just go for reactive saves. He's extremely good at them, and he's pulled off another stunning save, actually. Oh! He went for a turtle catch of sorts. I'm pretty sure that he just missed an open net as a result, so definitely a misplay there as another fake challenge comes through for Rw9. Just notice these fake challenges. I know Ashllxyy's going to notice them. Rw9 should definitely just play the ball on one of these challenges, because he's starting to become a bit predictable on these. Now there's a boost steal. Probably an unwise one. Rw9 is miles out of the game. Ashllxyy saw the boost steal as it was happening, so he just plays for the direct shot. And yeah, a couple people just tuning in and were probably wondering why I'm missing Rw9. It's because the 9 is apparently pronounced as, well, the W9 is pronounced as was in Arabic. This is just a way for Arabic to be written in English, because there is no there is no way to write this exact sound in English, so they use letters, they use numbers sometimes. I'm probably saying it a bit wrong because my accent isn't very good, but that's why I'm saying Rw9. And also, I was really hoping that that was the case. When I first investigated this pronunciation, I was really hoping I wouldn't have to say Rw9 every time, because it's a bit of a mouthful. 5-syllable name is a bit much, I would say. Not a lot of boost for Rw9. Ashllxyy decides to move in and try to punish him because of that. Very nice control by Ashllxyy, just letting the ball roll onto the front end of his car so he can flick it. The pronunciation is a tiny bit off. Yeah, I've not actually heard from someone who speaks Arabic. I haven't heard the perfect explanation or the perfect pronunciation yet. Wow. Rw9 really not having a lot of luck in his counterattacks into open nets this game. He didn't have any way to accelerate that ball, and Ashllxyy demos him, refuses to own goal, and finally a bump connects. This is a tilter for Rw9. Definitely a tilter of a game. He missed an open net earlier trying to turtle it in. He just had to say goodbye to another open net because he didn't have any way to accelerate the ball in a straight line. Got demoed while he was waiting to shoot it. And just like that, Ashllxyy's in front. Strong challenge from Ashllxyy at the near post. He pre-jumped there just in case the flick happened, and then upon realizing that there was no flick coming, he managed to fly back down in the way of the ball. And he's demoed Rw9 again, who is definitely getting a bit frustrated. He goes for the early challenge, and it's just too little too late. This isn't a position that you want to be going for an early challenge from. I think there were far better positions to make early challenges in this game, when he could sneak in behind the ball and at least obscure his approach slightly. But he kind of missed out on a lot of those opportunities, and that's a forfeit. Ashllxyy wins yet again. And just to reiterate, I really do think that the main problem for Rw9 in both these games that we've seen is just an over prioritization on reactive defense, backing off in defense, shadowing in defense, faking challenges. Not enough sneak challenges where he can just, you know, get goal side of the ball when Ashllxyy's ball carrying, and then just go straight for it. You want to really pick your moments where you can do that, and even if it doesn't work, it can still be a good thing to mix in there. If you realize that you can approach the ball while the opponent is dribbling it, from the opposite side of the ball that they are currently on, it makes it very difficult for them to see you. So fake challenges, if somebody's going to try and predict a fake challenge in that position, they might just get dunked on. But yeah, it took a bit too long. You saw at the end there, the frustration kicked in. Rw9 went for a rush challenge, but it was far too late. Missed the good opportunities to be doing that. And by the end of the game, Ashllxyy was expecting it. He could see it. He didn't even have to expect it. He could literally see it coming. It wasn't a good angle to be approaching from. We do have a third game, though, between these two. Let's get into it. Remember that this game happened immediately after. This is the very next ranked game that was played. And we're talking about Rw9 who might be tilted here slightly, thanks to those frustrating open net misses and the amount of times he was getting demoed at the end of the last game, combined with the fact that Ashllxyy just seems to have a good playstyle against him, seems to be having a good matchup against him. But yeah, they're very even in terms of mechanics, these two. And I think if it wasn't for Ashllxyy's like very, very high level offense and you know, mix up in his offensive repertoire, I think Rw9 could do just fine. It's one of those kind of rock paper scissors things. Ashllxyy's playstyle looks like it's you know, the scissors to the paper style that Rw9 is trying to go for. He's trying to smother his opponent and just trying to absorb all the pressure that they bring at him. But Ashllxyy's really been very precise, hasn't allowed that to happen. Tough aerial shot for Rw9, but that's going to back Ashllxyy up into the net with no boost. Good double save by Ashllxyy. Pre-jumping in the way of the expected shot. And no boost still, not even a small pad for Ashllxyy to pick up here. Very strong position for Rw9. He's got tons of space on the right hand side of the field. Decides to go straight down the middle anyway. And tries the 50-50. Ashllxyy's own goal on the landing. Bit unfortunate there for Ashllxyy. The initial 50-50 was pretty good from Ashllxyy. He had managed to deflect the shot into the post. But I think he just landed in the perfectly wrong spot. It was as wrong as you could have been. So, very unlucky there. Rw9 will take it. He's also had moments in this set of games that haven't favoured him. Good 50-50 by Ashllxyy. Quick turnaround, but Rw9 likewise gets on the right side of the ball and sends it into the corner. Ashllxyy was just waiting for a second there to see if Rw9 would go for the boost. He didn't go for it, so he went for the slow attack as well. And I actually like that challenge by Rw9. He didn't wait for Ashllxyy to make a move there. He did in fact just go for the challenge. That's the thing that's been missing from his game. It didn't work, but I think it's a really good idea that he went for this. So now, next time that Ashllxyy's dribbling, he'll remember that Rw9 actually challenged him. He challenged him on the dribble or challenged him on the flick. That was going to be a shot. So fake challenges are probably going to be more effective for Rw9 as of now. Let's wait and see if we can spot any. Ashllxyy misreads a backboard bounce and Rw9 tries to capitalise. He's not got the best finishing touch there. This is still by far the best game that we've seen for Rw9. Accidentally jumps off the wall. I'm sure that was meant to be a single jump. And now Ashllxyy has options. And another early challenge comes in, this time off the wall from Rw9, but he doesn't make good contact. And with the angle that he's decided to fly off there, he ended up recovering very slowly. Now you'll notice that if you challenge off the wall and you have a bit of an upward trajectory into the ball, your car will fly miles away into the midfield before you can land. And that's why I think ceiling challenges are probably the better option there. Because at least if you miss a ceiling challenge, you can use your jump, you can use your dodge to recover faster. You can get back onto the ground a bit more quickly. In this position, I'm not sure it would have mattered though, because the contact really wasn't sufficient from Rw9 to keep Ashllxyy at bay. Ashllxyy trying to win a 50-50 well enough that he can make this boost advantage count for something, but Rw9 is not letting him do that. This is good possession by Rw9, but he needs to be careful here. That opened up a shooting angle, and he does guide the ball into the corner as a result, but loses his boost while doing so. And that's going to, in fact, lose him a possession. Ashllxyy starts to build up a little bit of an angle for himself. High pop, in fact, too high. Rw9 had the save anyway. Overall, in these 3 games, Rw9's air dribble bump defense has been stellar. And it's, you know, the most aggressive defensive game that we've seen from Rw9. And although both the goals Ashllxyy has scored have come off lunge challenges, early challenges that Rw9 has gone for, I think the fact that Rw9 has mixed up his defense more in this game has helped him. And that's something to remember. Just because you get scored on in one play doesn't necessarily mean that you did the wrong thing. I think Rw9 early challenging those 2 plays that he got scored on was probably the right play to make. Kept Ashllxyy guessing in the next few plays, but there's still time for Ashllxyy to make something happen here. Rw9 is going to give him a lot of space to work with on this play. Ashllxyy flicks it early, anticipating that early challenge, which doesn't end up happening. Rw9 gives him space again. Ashllxyy has all the time in the world. He wants to 50-50 it in, but actually turns sideways in the landing to get a head start on that race to the corner boost. Another air dribble setup for Ashllxyy. Doesn't have the jump, but he does have the fake. And Rw9 has failed to hold on to the 1-goal lead. He gave Ashllxyy chances. I've said this every single game that we've seen between these guys. Rw9 does like to back off and give Ashllxyy opportunities to shoot at him, and he just trusts his goalkeeping ability. And at some point, you're likely to run into trouble. Ashllxyy, oh, he just couldn't get there. Surprise Rw9 with a late challenge. Late in the game, at least. And now it's Rw9 with the first possession on the kickoff, and he shoots well. That's going to be game. Rw9 in overtime gets his revenge finally on Ashllxyy, but great games from these 2. Mechanically top tier, and I think once the play styles become a bit more refined, once they start to, well, in Rw9's case, once he starts to mix up his defense a bit more, he's going to be very, very difficult to get the ball past. He's going to be very, very hard to read because he's so quick. If he can just start to throw in challenges from angles that are difficult to see coming, I think that'll drastically improve his defensive game. And offensively, we pretty much just saw a focus on counterattacks from him, but he's clearly got the mechanical ability both on the ground and in the air to get the aerial game working as well, or to get the offense, you know, really popping off as well. But yeah, as for Ashllxyy, great stuff from him as usual. I mean, these 3 series that we've casted, these 3 ranked mini-series that we've casted of Ashllxyy in the past few days have all been extremely impressive. He went close in games, well, in all 3 games that we saw him against Khaled. He took a game off Jack, and now he takes a couple of games off Rw9, who's definitely the next hot prospect coming out of Saudi Arabia and the Middle Eastern region. Going to be really looking forward to seeing how he develops as a player, 'cause my goodness, the mechanical ability is definitely up there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed these 3 games. I expect that we're going to see more of both these players in the future.